Alright, I am here now for Act 5, or Part 4 of Act 5. I mind blanked. Didn't record yesterday because I straight up forgot. I started watching something and I couldn't stop watching episodes of that thing until it was like 4 in the morning. I was like, oh, it's too late to record now, and I didn't do it earlier when I started before I started at 12:30. Oops. However, I remembered today, and today might be a double upload. I'm not sure. Depends on what I feel like at the end of these episodes, but I might actually. It's a high likelihood it will be. Actually, be a triple upload because the plan for the final 4 races would be split them in 2 and 2. 2 races in part, 5.5, and then 5.1 is the other 2 races, and then the little bonus, or probably be 5.5 actually. And then the other half has the extra 2 races and the like bonus stuff I do afterwards. Well, rip Alex. This is not what I wanted. I did not want to drive. I don't really have many regrets about sticking the SDP on that in the last race. Though, even here now, he doesn't have the greatest odds because he starts in like 10th. Can you start randomly humming some unknown song? I've had like a theme to the show I was watching the other night. I've had that show. Well, not even the main theme. It's like an extra theme from the final episode. It's been stuck in my head. I'm rewatching it. And I found it on YouTube as well. But I've had it stuck in my head. And I haven't really found any other kind of song that can seem to get it out. My Blossom's already gotten the lead. I should probably grab my notepad right about now. Bubbles doesn't have the top speed to get around the governor, or probably Ryan Storm for that matter. Despite the fact that top speed is less of a necessity here than it was at like many other tracks. Governor being very, like, generous with the amount of space he was allowing her there. This is a traffic jam at its finest right here. XD3, the one to gain from such an event. Well, more so that, but XD3 did definitely gain. Alex got through it with a lot of benefit too. Hey Ryan, get some flames. Get some flames. I just want like If I were better at editing and like had the tools to do it in the first place, I would literally just like every time I'm watching Ryan's race car and it starts doing the like backfire thing, fire out of the exhaust, I would literally just want to put him saying, "Get some flames," every time it backfires. Get some flames. I'd probably be putting in way too much, but because it happens every time he slows down, pretty much. That doesn't surprise me. That is the fastest one on track. Oh, I saw that on the map. Someone was a little off. So it's still fogged up with nowhere to go. This will probably result in a last-in-class finish for him, unless someone like runs Alex or that off the road, which I don't plan on doing in this time. At this time, that passes the governor. It's just an idea of how much faster Bubbles has been than Blossom. They've just been stuck on Ryan's rear bumper. Is that she literally removed like half the gap between Ryan and Blossom in like 60 seconds or less. And again, the lap time would be the ultimate like proving factor of just how much more speed Bubbles probably has than Blossom does right now. Because this is a track very strongly suited to this KTM crossbow. Yeah, that's 1 minute 38 seconds. That's almost 2 seconds faster than Blossom is. Even that cannot compete. I don't think that was held up much by the governor to the point where he'd be an entire second off. So that's just Bubbles at her best track, and like, or one of her best tracks, because it's a track basically designed for her car. Cat fight. Here's the top speed difference in play. But that no longer matters, because now here she comes back again, and this will be interesting. Blossom wouldn't be enough of a brat to hit her own sister, right? Especially not Bubbles. Meanwhile, with that, who is not also not very far behind those two. Probably 6 seconds. And the gap is only going to get smaller the longer Bubbles stays behind Blossom. And the gap is, yeah, 6 seconds. Oh, almost exactly. Alex is now passing the governor. A little more aggressive. Which gives XT3 maybe an opportunity. I don't think he's going to take it, though. And these two, well, this is one of Bubbles' last chances, because here comes a straightaway, and Blossom's just gonna, yeah, see you later. Alex may not catch Storm. I don't actually think he will at all. Oh, Mortimer is trying for a third in class. And I think he'll get it here because that car has got some pretty good speed. Silhouette is not having fun here. And the battle for the win. 2 corners to go. Bubbles needs to do it out of in the next corner, or Blossom is victorious. Maybe that's intentional, who knows? Bubbles does have many more points, and Blossom probably needs these 8 more than Bubbles does. That finishes in 3rd. A class win for Ryan Storm. Alex is also there for 3rd. It was a close fight between these 3. Silhouette might have spoiled it, and he went to pass. But Governor, relatively victorious. And XT3 apparently, like, scared, like, well, I can see why, but just, like, lost his mind seeing Silhouette fill up the mirrors. Burn with more disappointment. Professor with yet another class win. This doesn't even surprise anybody anymore, I don't think. Madison passed Gearhead on the last lap to take a 2nd in class. Ugh, hiccups. And there you have it. It's just skidding and just like getting really confused. Alright, so Tier 1 is still pretty close. Bubbles leads points at 49. And then it's Shadow still, or Silhouette. I should just change that. I either need to agree to change his name to Shadow, which would be easier to say than Silhouette, though not accurate to the name of the car that he always drives, or I need to just change it, which is what I have done, so never mind. Silhouette 2nd at 45, Blossom takes 3rd with her win to bring her to 44. That is in 4th with 41, Alex last with 39. So it's only 10 points between the leader and last there. As for Tier 2, Governor leads the way at 52. Ryan now takes 2nd from his class win to reach 50. Mortimer is 3rd at 49. And then XT3 is 4th at 34. Burn last with just 21. Burn might have been a better fit in Tier 3 at this point, but... and he'd be the one dominating in that one. Alright, so... I don't even feel like I need to go over to Tier 3 points. Points, not points. Yeah, Professor is leading by just a little bit. He's at 68. But everyone else is super close. Gearhead 2nd at 34. So Fast and the Delivery Guy are tied for 3rd at 32, and Madison's last at just 31. So if Professor weren't part of the equation, we would have a competition right here. If we somehow manage to have an upset here of any kind, I'll be broken. But the only kind of upset there should be is if somebody gets in a worse position because they got wrecked. And also, I think that's probably going to win this race, unless Blossom gets to a massive lead again, because none of the other three cars in the class really have the speed to even get the advantage they need. Ryan, Storm, or Governor are probably the main ones for winning the race in Tier 2. This is not what I wanted to do. And Tier 3 doesn't even, or Tier 1 doesn't even count. Nope, Tier 3 is the lower cars. Tier 3 hardly even counts for anything anymore because the professor's basically clinched it. Like, logically, he's already won. Now, I was hearing the engine noise after I paused the game. Well, Blossom does start in pole, which is going to help her. But that and Alex aren't far away. Bubbles, on the other hand, just kind of got screwed. Not in that sense. Weirdos. I meant as in, like, didn't get a good starting grid spot. Or did Silhouette. Yes, let's put it this way. The most a driver can gain on someone is 7 points. That's if they win, and the other person loses, or comes in last. There are 6 races to go, meaning that you can gain 42 points on somebody. If Gearhead won every race from here, and the Professor never got out of last, he would win by 8 points. That's one race. Professor basically needs one more win, and then like any other position besides last, and he clinches. Given his location right now, well, his only Tier 3 opponent is the delivery guy, who is in a, I think, slower car, so... He just blocked someone behind him. What the heck was that? Oh, Madison has a faster car than him, though. Okay. But doesn't have the brakes for it. And Professor just bumps the delivery guy. It's been mentioned before, the delivery guy does have some talent, he just doesn't have the car. Here comes someone? Oh, just the Governor. Doesn't matter. Yeah, he's gonna tear past. Well, he should have torn past everyone there. Or so fast, and the Gearhead are just kind of left to do whatever the hell. At this rate, too, if Gearhead gets only 2 points, that's 36 points. Meaning, Professor gets the top 3, and the most that it can happen is he'll tie. Bubbles doesn't have much top speed, so this won't be a good race for her at all. Especially not when Silhouette is doing that. Do you wanna, like, not? Unless we're in Japan, and this is the anime character driving that car, that's not legal yet. Well, it's not legal either way, unless you said yes, but that's not the point. Blossom does not have maximum lead right now. It is just a traffic jam from like 4th to 9th. XC3 is like becoming like famous for making just long trains of other cars. I love just staring at those ugly ass taillights. Like and he will attempt to get around said ugly taillights. He has passed the ugly taillights. Yeah, though the taillights don't like that, so they'll get him back. Silhouette is continuing to try and run Bubbles' tiny little go-kart off the road. If your car is that much faster, then just go for the pass, why don't you? Alright, let's see how the gap has changed between that and Blossom over the course of a lap. He's almost a second and a half faster than her. I didn't get to see either one of them top speed on the straightaway. I guess I can look at this top speed and down the end of this straightaway, I suppose. Blossom at the end will exceed 150. No, she won't. That will, though. Yeah, you can see that gap is already probably come down to less than a second and a half now. Leaderboard still counts Alex in 4th and 5th, which is not raised. Burn is taking some damage. So what is obviously taking damage from hitting bubbles repeatedly. Well, I do not know where Burn got this damage from. XT3 is fighting Silhouette. He was. Doesn't really help though when you're down much power and a little bit of handling. Darn, really everyone around you. Here's Ryan. Just kidding. Oh, Burn, don't do it again. Run. God damn. And that's already past her. Blossom try something crazy again? Wouldn't be beyond her, I don't suppose. Nope, she stays there. That's probably her last mistake in this race, because that's just gonna let that get away. Alex must clear. That's not Silhouette, that's Mortimer. That's not how you do it. Excuse me? Alex, you're better than this, dude. Don't stoop to their level. Burn! Well recovered there. He's probably expecting it. That probably helped a little bit. Gee, who would have thought Francisco about to win again? Yeah, that's already won the race. So don't worry about her behind you, XC3. Bubbles is friendly. She knows to not hit people unless they've done something wrong. XC3 on the other hand, or Burn on the other hand, you might want to do something about him. Send him back to the galaxy whence he came. Or something. Alex still hasn't passed Mortimer yet. Can't really be that hard, can it? Better judging by the damage you have, he just hit you in the back end on turn 1 and took it back. Well, this car just isn't even that much faster, so... Oh, oh god, silhouette. I didn't even know they were there. Alex is probably just as surprised as I was there. XC3 is fighting Bubbles off. I don't blame Bubbles there, that wasn't really her fault, Alex. XC3 is just probably scared at this point. No. I want Ryan. I was gonna say, like, will Burn hit Ryan now, or is it just Alex? But I don't think Ryan is even close enough to be hit. He's already got, like, almost a second away. Oh, God, I just realized, too. At some point or other, there's gonna be at least... Whoa! Excuse me! Yoink. So what, and Mortimer are still dueling, as we are now on the last stop of Monza. Everyone I know on the internet is completely dead today, and so therefore I'm probably doing a double upload because of this, because I have legitimately nothing else to do, so regardless of how interesting or boring these races might be, it's probably still more entertaining than the alternatives that I've had today. Mortimer has, I shouldn't say anything yet. That wins. Blossom is second. Yeah, that top speed just, has denied him the podium position. Right in the final corner. I suppose that's probably less degrading than the Silverstone 67 finish, wherein Bubbles snuck it from her sister with like a tenth of a second on the final corner, which isn't really even a braking zone. Imagine Blossom had some choice words for her at that moment. The governor had a, shall we say, hard day today, it seems. And with this race, as he comes around the final corner of the track, I do believe the Professor is about to clinch the Tier 1 championship. Madison wasn't far away. It's certainly been worse before from him, from the Professor being like a decade ahead of his opposition. So fast. Dude, come on. Like, you can at least maybe pretend to try. Did that lap him? Is that that's car? Oh my god, so fast got lapped. Oh my god. What is wrong with you? Poor soul. Indeed, with that race, no matter what happens, the professor will still win. Professor with 5 races to go was already clinched. So I don't feel like I need to go over the rest of the points down there. Alright, well, we have one heck of a fight here. In Tier 1, the tie for the lead between the two Powerpuff Girls. Tie for second between that and Silhouette at Bubbles and Blossom at 50 points. That and Silhouette at 49. And Alex last with just 41. And then for the Tier 2 battle, Mortimer takes the lead of points, 57. Ryan only a point behind, 56 in second. Governor at 54 after this probably disappointing result. And 54 third. XT3 takes 2 points to bring him up to 36 and fourth in points, and Byrne is still last in points. And has the lowest of anyone in any series with just 25. So Byrne is basically out of the running by this point. And for the final episode of this race of this episode, I swore I know how to make sentences. Your Jello. Which is, I've been told it's going to the game that I prefer playing rather than watching, Project Cars 2, and DLC that's coming out next week, and I'm quite happy. Fuck, there it is. Just give it like 20 seconds or anything to talk about. Just like the song is like, I'm here. I'm still here, man. Well, that start's gonna be chaotic. The delivery guy is on pole. The delivery guy is in third. The delivery guy is in fourth. He's like, can I get over here now? The delivery guy is in fifth. The delivery guy is in fifth. The delivery guy is in sixth. Who is next? Oh, Bubbles. The delivery guy is in seventh. And that couldn't get around him, so he has to wait for this basically entire corner. Alright, never mind. No, he doesn't. That will not follow your rules. Me, okay. Nope, that's not the leader. Yeah, I'm sure the governor does not like Blossom's custom when she rear-ended 16 Angels at Spa a while ago. But, you know, he probably doesn't like, Silhouette's customs anymore. And so that's probably why he kind of helped Blossom get ahead of him. Bubbles was caught between that and a hard place. And doesn't have the power to get past either of them. Ryan is definitely struggling today. I think either the lead is getting bigger or the Silhouette fighting Governor for so long. No, that's just, never mind. That lap time doesn't even matter yet. Mortimer is in third. He got past by the Governor. Or he got past the Governor. He didn't get past by him. I'm dumb. Bubbles is desperately trying to keep that in her rear view. Where will it get her, though? I'm gonna go ahead and guess not very far, but... maybe with these two dancers ahead of them, maybe she could just take it back here? As Alex and the Governor here nearly hit each other, Bubbles and that nearly hit each other. Bubbles gets past that once again, and might even pass the Governor. Yep. That'll help, because Governor can put a buffer between her and that as well. Governor was so helpful today. Gave Blossom some space from Silhouette, which is proving helpful, and now she's being a buffer for Bubbles to keep that from getting around her. It's not gonna last too long, though. As you can see, that still has a faster car than really anyone on the straightaway right about now. Bubbles might remain the lead, not the leader. No, this is 5th place, not the lead. Bubbles holds 5th. Alex might be an obstructive obstacle. That's what obstacles are supposed to do, obstruct. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Ryan had a double pass here in the first tier, in the first act. Just can't find the rhythm today, I suppose. There's now a storm. How? It's almost the middle of September. Why is there a thunderstorm? That's not picking the best passing zone here. It would matter? Probably not. No. But you can just stay there. Alex can be a blocker. And Bubbles can just try that. No. What do you think Alex is thinking right about now? Now, Blossom in this position, I would put it on her being smart and just using these other people, manipulating these other people for her own desires. Seems the kind of person she would be, especially if she were older. Bubbles is just too ditzy to think of something like this, so I think she's just kind of winging it. But, that ends here, and it ends now. Shadow the Hedgehog reference. Damn it, what does it all mean? My favorite line from that game. That is about to probably maybe try and pass Alex. That, despite being too wide with Bubbles for like a third of the course, still set fastest lap. I don't want to see his lap times when he gets around Mortimer. Assuming he does in time, which he has a minute and a half to do so, so I don't see why he couldn't. But when he does pass Mortimer, he may not get any higher. The other question this poses is, will Alex be taking advantage of that fighting Mortimer? As well as Bubbles also do so maybe. Which looks like about what's about to happen. Because Mortimer is still inconveniencing that, but not any longer, because you don't want the outside there at all, no matter what car you're in. I don't care if you're in that overpowered Porsche, you can't take that corner on the outside and pass. Okay, no one's following my rules. No one's following them. Why are they even there? God darn it, people. Getting asthma. And as we come around the final corner of the track, for the 3rd time in a row, perhaps the first time not so deserved, but the other two definitely earned. Blossom takes the checkered flag. So what is in 2nd? That takes 3rd, I went to the wrong car. Bubbles did pass Alex, might have passed Mortimer with another lap. But said other lap isn't there, so that and another lap and Alex could have just taken it back, so perhaps it was better for Bubbles that that was the case. So Mortimer with another, I mean, kind of upset class win by beating also 2 of the 5 cars in the tier above him. And Governor would be next in line. Burn, XT3, and Ryan Storm just kind of in their own small group. The delivery guy wins his class. Not that that matters, because the professor's already won the championship down there. Alright, so, for the points... And again, now I just feel like an idiot too, because Blossom's made this massive comeback, and really she wouldn't be leading right now, but I wrecked that, which cost him 7 points. Meaning that all of these championship points would be scrambled around, and that would be at an almost 10-point lead. But instead, Blossom leads points at 58. So what's second at 55? That is in third at 53. Bubbles is fourth at 52. Poor Alex is in last at 42. 16 Angels' ride, his Corvette, isn't really doing Alex justice here. Anyway. Finally give it another lap. Alex! Ryan would have just made, or would have passed XT3 and maybe Burn as well. Kind of. Do I even bother doing the points in Tier 3 anymore? I don't know if I do. Tier 2, on the other hand, though. Mortimer pulls out to a 5-point lead over Governor. Mortimer at 65, Governor at 60. Ryan Storm hanging on to third despite his not so great performance here at 57 points. XT3 is still in fourth at 37, and Burn is at 29. I guess I should do the points for the other cars in the class, just because obviously for second is still an incredibly close fight. Yeah, especially considering, well, the delivery guy is second at 42. Then it's a tie for third between all three of the other drivers at 39 points. So... now that we're done staring at the back of Ryan Storm's car while I did the points, here are the final 4 races. Thinking about it, trying to even put too much bonus content in the final episode is going to be kind of sketchy, because that will be a That's gonna be like a 20-minute race at the endurance track there. And then Black Cat County is gonna be another 9 minutes. So really at that point, adding loading screens and intros and whatnot, it'll be like 32 minutes. But for the final 2 parts, we'll start at Zandvoort. I'm assuming that's even how you pronounce that. I've never heard it pronounced before. So... yeah, that'll do for this episode. The next episode will probably end up starting when I finish uploading this one. So that I don't, like, because I've done this a few times where I've uploaded them in the wrong order. I think, like, one example was part 3 of the first act came out before act 2 did. They were in the right order on the playlist, I'm pretty sure, but it was just kind of awkward. Like, now that you look and they're just in the wrong order on my channel. And I hate it because of how picky the PS4's, like, upload system thing is. Basically, for a longer upload that's, like, more than 1.5 gigabytes, like, these are, like, 2.5 each almost. The longest ones are. I think an hour-long video of all gameplay is, like, 2.5 gigabytes. And on average, these are, like, 2.1. These are like 1.8 because they're only like 45 minutes, 50 minutes-ish. And then both part 5 episodes will be shorter because those will be only 2 races a piece. Well, I can't say so for the finale of Act 5, but for the part 5.1 or 5.0, that'll be like probably 25 minutes, half an hour at most. And more things like this I would put Keyblade behind, but at this point I don't have a choice. Because I would like to finish this tonight so I can start setting up Act 6. Because I need a lot of time to think over those as well. You'd be surprised because I need time to think about what's going to happen. And then I also need time to just determine who's in the cars and what cars they're in and figure out maybe any addition characters. Additions, of course, like I said before, those would be like your Blossom, your Delivery Guy, your Beat, who aren't obviously part of the Hot Wheels canon. They're just there because I'm a jokester and I'm making the videos so I can add a couple of my own additions as well as keeping true to the actual plot. And again, there is technically a canonical reason why they're here, but it's the spin-offs canon, not the official canon. And as the official definition of it goes, as I explained at the second half of the plotline reading, an addition to me is a character that has been introduced here and has a very minimum chance, if any chance at all, of appearing in the official canon afterwards. Best examples being, like, you know, the Powerpuff Girls. They have their own plot line tying into all of this. I might even make the 10th, like the 9th or 10th act, all like additions, and I have like 8 or 9 right now. And I have a plan for why that could happen as well. Like certain ones would be, I don't know. I'll go to it when I get there. It won't be Act 6, it'll be 8 or 9. Act 6 is going to be just kind of there. Well, really, nothing is going to advance in the plot until Act, like, 8. 6 and 7 and really 5, for the most part, are going to be filler. The only reason this isn't completely filler is because of additional characters, but 6 and 7 will only have, I think, 2 completely new characters show up. 1 each. After anything else has already appeared once. It's going to be a team race for Act 6, which is an idea that I explained before, but this will be easier still because I won't have to do my own point standings for it. The game will handle it for me. And, teams will be in the same car in the same color. And the reason this will take so much thought, I have to find 8 even vehicles, which shouldn't be too hard, really. I can find 15 that are close enough. And I have several ideas. They'll be mostly Act 2 cars. Act 2, Act 3. And... actually, no. What I'm going to do, they're going to be the same car, different colors, because the color goes a long way in identifying who the driver is. The car, because I'm better at picking out the cars, and they'll be different enough, that'll differentiate the team. And the team will just be named after the car they're in, because they mean it like Team Alex would just be kind of like awkward. When obviously Alex isn't the only driver on the team. I say 8 too, because well, you can only put 15 cars, but there's going to be one independent driver in a slightly better car. Not by that much, though. I don't think. I have to find a car that can compete well, but doesn't lose really hard. Like, it's not the worst car, but it's also not always the best. Like, between first to third best car is what I'm looking for in this vehicle, because it's only going to be one person scoring. That can still be enough to win if they do it perfectly and no one else wins any races, but it's not likely. But the spoiler of it being that's it's a racing driver from a different game that's overcome very different and in some cases much tougher odds.